My last video was about overrated, overhyped niche houses. So it's only normal for me to talk in this video about what I consider to be 5 very underrated, undervalued niche houses. Keep in mind, this is my personal opinion based on my experience with these houses, with their compositions. You may have others, there is no problem, but always keep in mind that I'm talking about things that I know, that I own, that I wear, things that I actually know. Therefore, let's start with the first entry in this list of 5 underrated houses. There could be more, but for the sake of the last video, I'm gonna only choose 5 houses. First one is this, Panadora from Sweden. This, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated niche houses out there. The creations are absolutely spectacular, the quality is extremely high, performance-wise, absolutely beautiful. And the price point, I would say that it's actually quite fair for what you get. One example is this one, Grand Mask. Another one could be this one, Kropoxiel, which is also a very beautiful, very interesting fragrance, in my opinion, especially if you love vanilla. So, my number one entry comes from Sweden. The house is called Panadora, and the name behind the house is Ibrahim Al-Zwabi, which is a Syrian self-taught perfumer that migrated to Sweden. Now he lives in Sweden and he creates these beautiful, absolutely stunning fragrances. My second entry in this list is this one, and it's called Vertus. I truly love this house. I truly love their compositions. I truly enjoy wearing them, mainly because they are high quality and they are actually worth the money. Out of all the fragrances that I tested and the ones that I had or still have in my collection, I hadn't had any issues with any of them. And my favorite one still remains, if you want, this one, Auramber, which is an incredible, stunning animalic amber interpretation. But also, because I've mentioned it a couple of videos ago, for example, this one, Oriental Rose, which is another stunner from this house. Very beautiful creations, very high quality of materials, very well blended together, and performance-wise, they're absolutely stunning. So, to me and for me, they always work great. That's why I always put them in my lists. Whenever I do a list video, I'm gonna make sure there is at least one fragrance from this house, because this is how good they are, at least for me. If you tried any fragrances from this house, then you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, then I highly encourage you to give it a try, sample out their creations, and convince yourself if they are or not good fragrances. But in my book, they truly are. My next entry in this list has to be Meo Fushchuni. I simply love his creations. I will have to, at least in the near future, to start gathering some more bottles. But Meo Fushchuni is something else. I truly, truly love everything that I tested. I truly encourage you to do the same thing, to sample out the house, to see what Luigi Imprezzabile is doing in terms of compositions, because this is the name of the perfumer behind this particular project. And in this case, Varanasi, at least, is one of the most beautiful animalic incense fragrances out there. It actually might take you to the holy city of Varanasi in India. This is so good, so beautifully blended. And the performance is simply amazing. Again, price tag wise, quite fair, if you ask me, considering what you get for the money. So, Meo Fushchuni is my third entry in this list of underrated, undervalued niche houses. My next entry comes from Australia, and it's this one, Map of the Heart. I simply love their creations. This is a sandalwood-centered house. They focus their creations on the Australian sandalwood, and you're gonna meet this note in every single perfume they create. And every single one that I tested smells simply great. Not every single one of their fragrances is a monster by any means. Not every single one will project like crazy and jump around from your skin, but they are very well blended with high quality ingredients and really great sandalwood inside. For example, this one, V8, which is their latest creation, features 2 beautiful sandalwood notes, and it's simply gorgeous. So, Map of the Heart from Australia is my fourth entry in this list with underrated, undervalued niche houses. Next entry is going to be this one. It's called Agato. I simply love this house. Stunning bottles, but as you know, I'm not very interested in the presentation. I don't really give a crap, to be honest, about the boxes and the bottles and whatnot. The only things that I care are the perfumes inside the bottle and the atomizers. That's it, nothing else. But in this case, Agato is simply a very beautiful, lesser known and undervalued perfume house, in my honest opinion, which should probably get a bit more spotlight. For example, in this case, we are talking about a fragrance called Giardino di Ercole, which is simply gorgeous, especially if you love woody accords. Very well blended, very good performance, high quality ingredients, and the nose behind this house is actually a very known perfumer called Cristian Provenzano. I highly recommend you to sample out Agato perfumes, to try them on your skin, and to convince yourself of what I'm saying, if it is or not a very good house. This does it for this list. As I said in the beginning, I'm going to focus only on 5 houses. There could be more. In my book, a very undervalued house is this one called Anfas. Another one is this one called Acro. And Olivier Cresp is behind this one. Also, there could be even Boys 1920, which in my honest opinion doesn't really get the love that it deserves. Also, Vesker could be a very good example. Testament London, again, a very, very beautiful niche house. And let's not mention Melek Perfumes from Canada, which is Matthew Melek's perfume project, which I truly appreciate. I know a lot of people do not appreciate its creations and whatnot, whatever, everyone with its own taste, but I really, really, really enjoy Melek Perfumes. And also, if you want, we should and could mention State of Mind. Another beautiful, stunning niche house. And if we talk about this fragrance in particular, this is absolutely amazing. Tea combined with cinnamon. Gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. So yeah, there could be more examples provided in this type of list, but unfortunately, I had to limit the options to only 5. As always, my friends, keep sniffing, keep sampling, buy smaller quantities, test them on your own skin, see if you like them, see how they perform on your skin, and only afterwards decide, based on your own conclusion or conclusions, if it's worth or not purchasing a full bottle. You are the only one responsible for how you spend your money. Do not let others, especially in the so-called fragrance community, tell you, dictate you on what and how to spend your money. I'm going to stop here. As always, my friends, be safe, be good. Peace.